Hi guys, today I have a little mini apartment update slash I'm going to be doing like a very mini makeover in here this week. It's been a few months now since we moved in here and I did an empty apartment tour before we moved in. If you haven't seen that and you'd like to, I will link that down below. Today I thought I would just give you guys kind of a look at part of how it's coming together. There's also a section in the apartment that I am going to kind of tackle. I mean, it doesn't need a lot of tackling. I'm going to tweak a couple of things with it this week, so I thought I'd take you guys along with me this week as I do that. Here's just a quick sweeping look at the space and how our stuff ended up going into it. The space that I am kind of focusing on this week is this middle section. And I don't totally hate the layout here, but there are a couple of tricky things. This pendant light and this shelf on the wall came with the apartment. Their placement is very fixed, which means it dictates where other things have to go, or it makes things a little bit awkward. Like for example, I have my dresser. I love this dresser. This is from West Elm. I have this up against the back of the couch, but it kind of like butts up against the shelving. So there are a couple things that I have to work around. It doesn't bother me that much because we're renting this place. If we owned it, we would probably move everything and make sure everything fit perfectly everywhere, but we're not gonna be here forever. So what I have in mind for this space is getting a different desk. I'd like to get something that fits in this space a little bit better. And then as far as other changes to this area, there isn't too much I want to do, except there's this shelf. I have been thinking it would be nice to add some greenery, like to get maybe a long, trickly wrapping plant or something to sit up high, or some succulents, or just something. And I like that some greenery on the shelf also kind of adds some green touch to the living space as well. For today's video, I have a pretty exciting sponsor. It's 5 Miles, which is an app where you can buy and sell things locally. It's how I'm going to sell my desk. They've seen my decluttering videos and they're like, we want to work with you. Are you getting rid of anything anytime soon? I'm always getting rid of things, so I'll show you the app on my phone. All you have to do is click sell at the bottom, snap photos on your phone, you upload them, you pick a category for the item that you're selling, hit continue, give a title, description, the price that you want, and then you hit publish. What I like about this app is there's an in-app chat, so you don't have to give out your email address or phone number to anybody, and there's also a secure in-app payment option, so you don't have to use cash. Somebody can pay you just through the app. And it's just an easy way to give your items a new home and get them out of yours. So I'll have a link down below that you can click to download this for free on the App Store or Google Play. I'm off to the maze of IKEA to look at a desk. I'm hoping I only walk out with a desk, but I've started thinking about rugs and maybe I want to have a look at rugs while I'm there, something for that area. I don't know. Maybe I should get the desk first and think about it. We'll see. But I have to walk past everything in the store anyway to get out, so I'll look at rugs as I go by. This desk that I'm looking at has a really cool feature to it, so I hope I like it when I see it. Otherwise, I've wasted half a day to go look at a desk that I don't actually want. Okay, I'm in the warehouse. I found the desk. I like it. So now I just have to find out where it is and heave it onto this cart. Okay, I'm out of IKEA. I've got the desk. It was so heavy. I thought it was going to come in multiple packages. No, it was one big, giant, heavy package, and I had to like take my coat off. I was like sweating trying to get this thing onto the cart in the warehouse, but I got it out. I got it loaded up into my car all by myself, and I'm really excited about it. I like the way the desk looks. I like the size of it. I think it's going to be perfect, and I can't wait to get it home and put it together. I didn't want to film the desk in store because I want you guys to see it like when I get it in my own space and kind of how I'm going to have it. So that is it for today's errands, and I am heading home. It's a new day and it is a rainy one. I don't know if you guys can hear the rain pouring on my car right now. It's been like this for hours. I'm like super bundled up. It's one of those days where I didn't want to get out of bed. I just wanted to stay cozy and at home and make some tea and like stay dry. But I have just driven to one of my favorite plant nurseries here in Seattle. I love plant nurseries. It's just one of my happy places. I like walking around and all the greenery. However, I always get really inflated ideas about what I can accommodate in my home as soon as I walk into one. Like I look at the big giant palms and things and I'm like, yeah, I need a couple of those for my living room. I'm going to go in and take a look around and see if anything catches my eye. So let's go. Ooh, so pretty. I really like these kind of gray and white two-tone pots. So many pots to choose from. Look at all the colors. I'm having trouble finding something that's like kind of trickly to go down the bookshelf. Everything I'm finding is either kind of like straight up and out and trickly, but nothing that's like small enough to fit on a shelf yet long enough to trickle, if that makes sense. Here's one. This is really pretty. It has like a variation in the leaves, the lady was telling me. And she says that these grow really fast, so it could like trickle all the way down. Really trying not to go overboard on the succulents because they're all so cute. I had to swap out for a cart, so I've been picking out pots and different things to go with these, and I think it's coming together really nicely. Happy Friday, I've made it to the end of the week. I'm so ready for the weekend. It's one of those days in Seattle today. I feel like kind of a broken record because the last time I was filming it was pouring rain in my car, but it's one of those days where it's so dark and cloudy that there's just no natural light coming in my apartment today. So I have all my lights on back here and my mini transformation is complete. I have the desk built and in, I have the plants up, and I thought I'd show you guys how it looks now. Okay, so here is a look. I have the desk. I decided to float it. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but I'm just trying that out there, floated. And then we have the bookcase, and I think the plants look so pretty. I think this came together just exactly how I wanted it. Like, it doesn't look cluttered, but it adds a little bit of life to this section. I think it's really pretty, and I love these pots. Like this little cactus that I got has a gold and white pot that I think is super cute. And then there's this like little geometric pot for the succulent, and then kind of like another textured pot for the snake plant, and then the big one up there, and it has this vine that I think is going to bloom and be really pretty. I'm really happy with the way that the desk came out. I think it looks great. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. It's the IKEA Alex desk, and at first glance you're probably like, this looks exactly the same as the last desk you had in here. It's just white. It's actually quite a bit smaller. It's about a foot shorter and 6 to 8 inches thinner, I would say, roughly. So it's quite a bit smaller. It's easier to kind of move around and situate differently in the area. But what caught my eye about this desk is it has this really nifty back flap here that just flips up, and you can feed your cords down through it. And I think that that is so nice for maintaining a clean look if your desk isn't pushed against the wall. So instead of having cords running off of here and then down to the floor and running under legs, you can kind of just feed them through, and then you can tape them underneath the desk and divert them elsewhere so that it looks nice and clean when you look at like the floated side of the desk. So what I've done here, I still need to do a little bit of work with this, but I just taped my computer cord. I ran it down through here. It's taped under the desk, and then it drops down this leg. And so what I was kind of thinking when I mentioned rugs earlier in the week is maybe getting like a cheap rug that I don't mind cutting into, and then cutting a little tiny hole to feed this cord down through the rug, so then the rug is on top of the extension cord, and then you don't get that across the floor. And then also on the front side of the desk, there are two kind of shallow, wide drawers, which are nice because my last desk didn't have any drawers, and that's just really handy for keeping things off of the top of my desk, because I like having a completely cleared off desk. I don't like having like pens and jars and like all kinds of things. I want it to be clean. I want it to be sleek. I don't want anything hanging out on there, so the drawers help with that. Also, something I was thinking about for this shelf is I can remove a couple of shelves, and I was kind of thinking of taking these bottom two, or maybe just the bottom one out, and then I can put my shredder and like tuck it back behind here, so this becomes a little bit of a nook for, I don't know, the more unsightly, unfun things like shredders. But yeah, there is my very mini makeover. I'm going to try floating the desk for a week and see what I think. The only thing that felt a little awkward when I first like got it set up is it's not super close from here to here. Like I have plenty of room to walk through here and like open my drawers and turn around. Like it's not too crammed, but it does just feel like kind of close. You know, I'm sure you guys are seeing that too. So we'll see. I might just end up kind of flipping this back the way my old desk was, coming out like here, and then this becomes a U shape kind of nook in there, which I did always like the feel of that. And because this desk is a lot smaller, it really won't come out very far and it's not very deep. And I'm not really concerned with blocking the register because we have never turned that on. We have another one that's unblocked that we use and that's enough for the whole space, so that's kind of irrelevant. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little home vlog makeover haul. I don't even know what I'm going to call this. Thank you for watching and I will see you next time. Bye.